Good evening, everyone. I want to begin simply by thanking you. Thank you for reaching out, for taking the time to come and to educate me, for sharing your stories, for sending emails. One of the major things that I've learned in the course of the week since this has happened is I've gotten emails from your community in which over and over people have said, we have nothing against the Tigrayans. They are our brothers, they are our sisters, they are our friends. You all have made that so clear. And I'm grateful that that has been where you all have led from. And the other continual thing that I've heard and read in all of your letters and emails has been a call for peace. For peace for your people, for your country, for all people. So I want to be clear that I echo that sentiment, that desire for peace. In addition to my words of gratitude, I will also say I am deeply, deeply sorry. I am sorry for the hurt. I'm sorry for the hurt, for the pain that my resolution calls your community. I will take full responsibility for that. There are other senators whose names are on that resolution, but I stand here to take full 100% responsibility. And I'm sorry. Certainly, you all began by saying we know that this was unintentional, but at the end of the day, people were hurt. And so I stand here with great contriteness, with deep sorrow. The other thing I want to name is that the atrocities, the stories that you all have told and shared with me today are things that should have us all outraged. That any human would do that to another human. That any people would do that to another people. It's evil. At the end of the day, my job as a senator, as a clergy person, is to stand with people who have been forgotten, whose voices are not heard, to stand with people who are being hurt and harmed. And that's what I was trying to do with my resolution, to simply try to help people who were hungry. And I want to be clear that I am here today to stand with you all, people who have been hurt, who have been harmed, people who are struggling to figure out a way to help a 7-year-old, 13-year-old, the 37-year-old, the 75-year-old great-grandmother. I don't know what it is to come from a place where such great atrocities, such great crimes happen. But I do know what it is to come from a people who will resist and who will fight for the dignity of every human being. A huge part of the African American culture that I stand in is a culture that stands up and resists when there is evil. And so I stand with you all, and I stand with all people who are being hurt and harmed, who are being starved, who are being murdered, who are being kept separate from the people who love them. I stand and resist, standing on the shoulders of all of my ancestors who resisted when they themselves were in bondage and in chains. That is the legacy that I bring into this space. That is the legacy that I bring into the work that I do as a senator. It is one of standing with the oppressed and fighting for and on behalf of the oppressed. So friends, I stand with you here today. Again, deeply sorry for the pain, for the harm that I have caused to your community. I want to acknowledge my own failure in choosing to use the word genocide in a way that was not correct. I want to name the ways in which I was misinformed and mischaracterized the nature of the election of the Prime Minister. I apologize for that. I hope that in the midst of all of the harm and hurt that has been caused here, I hope that you all will leave stronger as a community, that this has brought you all together in a way that only tragedy can do. And I hope that you all will carry this energy with you as we move forward in this country, in our own elections, that you will continue the great work that you began in 2020, and the work, no doubt, that you all have been doing for so many, many years. But that you will carry that work on into your communities and beyond, to continue to stand up and to hold all of your political leaders, all of your elected officials. Please continue to hold us accountable. The last thing I will say is thank you. All too often, people get online and they rant and rail and they make assumptions about elected officials, and they don't dare to simply write us an email. So I want to thank you. Thank you for giving me a chance to hear you. Thank you for seeing me as a human, as a clergy person, but as your neighbor and your friend with whom you can talk to. I am so grateful that you gave me that opportunity. And please know that you can always call on me. I am happy to come back to this place. I live right around the corner. I can come back. And maybe we can come back together for something that's more joyous. But I want to take questions. If there are questions, I'm happy to do that.
I think you've answered everything. Yeah.
So the question has been asked about what can I do about the resolution, and so I want to honor that question. The resolution itself is passed. It's been signed. It's gone. But what I can do is I can work with you all to write another resolution. And I will work with you all, and we can do that. We're not in session anymore. So I can issue a resolution that comes from our office, and we'll do that. We can take that action now, and then when we return to session, we can do a full resolution that will then be voted on the full Senate and will be written into law in the same ways that our other resolutions are. So we can offer a second resolution.